وهذا السؤال السابع يا شيخ يقول أو تقول: هل يجوز لطالبة العلم أن تسمع صوتها مثلا إن كانت في مجلس علم لشيخ ما، مع العلم أن معه طلاب علم وطالبات؟
The question is from a sister that is it permissible for a female student of knowledge that her voice is heard in a gathering where there is sheikh giving a gathering or a lesson, knowing that there are male students there as well as female students there. So is it permissible for a female student to let her voice to be heard in a jalsa, in a gathering where there is a sheikh, knowing that there are male students there and female students?
هذه السائلة في سؤالها إجمال، ولا بد من التفصيل في مسألتها. نقول أولا: إن كان في مدرسة مختلطة التحريم فالاختلاط محرم. جلوس الطلاب والطالبات في فصل واحد هذا محرم. وإن كان جلوس الطلاب والطالبات في مسجد فعادة يكون الطلاب في المقدمة والطالبات في المؤخرة، لهن اسم خاص. فإن كان كذلك يعني أن جلوس الطلاب والطالبات في المسجد الطالبة تكلمه عبر المكبر، فلا مانع أن يسمع صوتها إذا كانت تسأل. ولتعلم كل مسلمة أن الله سبحانه وتعالى لم ينهى المرأة عن الكلام مع الرجال مطلقا، وإنما كان النهي عن الكلام بقيد مقيد، وهو الخضوع بالقول. فإذا كانت المرأة تخاطب الرجال بالقول اللين الذي يطمع مرضى القلوب فيها، الكلام في هذه الحالة محرم. وثمة حالة ثالثة، وهي أن يكون الطلاب والطالبات مجتمعين في بيت، للطلاب قسم خاص وللطالبات قسم خاص، والشيخ يدرس الجميع، فلا مانع أن يسمع صوت من تسأل الشيخ منهن. نعم، هذه ثلاثة أحوال. الحالة الأولى الجلوس في فصل واحد، هذا محرم لأنه اختلاف. الحالة الثانية جلوس الطلاب والطالبات في مسجد، والطالبات منعزلة. والحالة الثالثة جلوسهم في بيت أو صالة، وللنساء مكان خاص والرجال مكان خاص. فهاتان الحالتان يجوز سماع من احتاجت إلى السؤال من الطالبات، يعني يجوز أن يسمع الرجال كلامها ما دامت تسأل بكلام ليس فيه خضوع ولا رقة ولا لين يطمع مرضى القلوب فيها. والله الموفق.
The Shaykh Abu Abdulaziz Ubayd ibn Abdullah Al-Jaabiree Hafidhahullah mentions in answering this question, he says, this questioner, the sister who asked this question, has asked a general question, and it is necessary for her to expound upon it and explain it. The Shaykh says, however, there are three situations. He says the first one is that if this place is a school, or is a school where there is free mixing going on, that is not permissible. It is haram for the male students and the female students to sit together in one class. It's not permissible for them to come together in one class. That is not allowed in Islam. Then the Shaykh mentions, however, the second one, if that the male students and the female students are in a masjid, for example, and generally the situation is that the male students are usually in the front part of the masjid, and the female students are usually at the rear of the masjid. Yeah, and they separated like this. And then the Shaykh mentions that it is permissible for a female student to ask a question, if she has a question, to ask the Shaykh, and that the people hear her voice. Whereas maybe, for example, she is using a microphone, and the people, and he says that there's nothing wrong with people hearing her voice if she has to ask a question, because Allah Azza wa Jal hasn't rebuked the woman for her voice, or if she's speaking with men, but there are conditions to this, and the conditions are that her speech isn't soft and gentle, whereas she says something soft and gentle that she affects those people who have sicknesses in their hearts. So the Shaykh mentions that the third point is if the students, the male students and the female students, if they are in one place, gathered together, but they are separate, there is a division, the male students are in one place, in one room, and the female students are in a separate place, in a different room, then the Shaykh says if she needs to ask a question, and then there is no problem with her asking. So the Shaykh mentions, he summarizes that there are three conditions. He says the first one is where it's together in one place, the male and female students in one place, and he says this is haram, this is not allowed. Then he mentions the second and the third, these are permissible, for example in a masjid where the men are in the front part of the masjid and the women are at the back part of the masjid. If she wants to ask a question, then it's no problem. And then he mentions that the third part, Hafidhullah, the Shaykh mentions that the third part is also permissible where there are different rooms and the Shaykh is there teaching. He is teaching and she has to ask a question, but they're separate. Of course they're separate. And the Shaykh is teaching and she needs to ask a question. She can ask a question, but the Shaykh says that she cannot make her voice soft and gentle and to deceive or to capture the men.